Do you have sound now? Do you guys have sound now? Let me know if you guys have some sound. Yes. So for whatever reason, when I go from my iPad and not from my phone, I don't know what the disconnect is. So I do apologize. So okay. All right. So let's just go back over here. We're going to start all over again. We're going to just start all over again because it's Saturday and we could do that. So yay. Okay. Thank you. I'm so glad. Okay. And I do see, now I see because I always have like the comments at the bottom or the closed caption. And now I see it. So thank you. Thank you for letting me know. All right. Welcome, you guys. My name is Terina with Create with Tree. That's me. And you are watching the Stars and Stripes event over in the DIY Arts and Crafts room. And I am the last crafter of the day, so we'll be here for about an hour. I do have a really fun project. I also have some trivia for you because I think people get really confused what Memorial Day is. And I know a while back, I always just thought we celebrate our veterans. It's not so, we do, but we don't. Okay, so I have some trivia for you guys. I grew up, so you guys know, I grew up and my dad was a wounded American veteran, and they belonged to a veterans organization. I spent much of my youth and teenage years volunteering with this veterans organization. I was a state youth person where I would go around with my parents and do a lot of things for this veterans organization and veterans themselves. And actually, my dad is buried in the local veterans cemetery, and I think we're going to try to go out there on Monday. And then my mom and her husband are buried in the Arizona Veterans Cemetery. And so we are a big veterans military family. My dad was not killed in action, and neither was my stepdad. But my dad was wounded in action, and so again, like I said, it runs through my veins. I'm very patriotic. I love my country, and like I decorate with patriotic stuff all year long. Ask my husband when he married me; he knew what he was getting. So, yay! Okay, so today in the Stars and Stripes event, if you're not over in DIY Arts and Crafts Room, make sure you go over there and join that. It's a free group. We share tons of projects in there. We have amazing crafters that share over there all the time. And then today, like I said, is very specific. We are doing a patriotic event. Okay, so let me just flip you around really quick. Let's see. You guys, look at my mess. Look at my. Somebody was just talking about. Oh, and I did say happy birthday, Brenda. Sorry, when I was muted. So I did say, I think somebody was saying earlier that, if you're not a mess when you're crafting, are you really crafting? So again, if you guys missed any of our crafters today, make sure you go over and follow them all, and they're just amazing. Everybody on our team is just incredible. So I pulled some of my picks. It's funny, Kim was right before me, and she had some solid color picks like this. But I had these sitting out. But look at all this. Anytime this stuff goes on sale, I just grab like 2 of each kind. This one I have other plans for this one. So if I don't have to use this one, I'm not going to. But look how cute these all are. This is fun. And then I have a bunch of, I'm going to just set this aside on the back table real fast. All right. All right. And then Kim was also saying she was making a messy bow as I had to get ready for my live. And I grabbed just some scraps because I'm going to do a little baby messy bow later. All right. And if you guys could sprinkle me out, I would really appreciate that because, sharing's caring. I do tend to stand up when I craft, so I do apologize, but I know sometimes people like to see, so that's why my little rectangle of myself right there. So hello. All right, I'm going to just tell you what I'm doing. Um, you're going to say, well, you just ruined a perfectly good chalkable shape. Well, yes and no, because I wanted it shorter. So let me grab, I have so many transfers and I'll show them to you in just a second. But let's start with this right here. I need 3 of these. They're arrows, actually. These are chalkable shapes. So what's really nice is if you don't, you guys, I don't have a laser cutter, which I keep saying I want to get one, but then I'm like, will I really use it? So I can't. I wouldn't use it enough to quantify having one. So I haven't gotten one. I actually sold my crickets and my silhouette because I wasn't using those either. But I love that chalk has cutouts for us, and we can just use these. So this is the arrow chalkable shapes. I actually am using 3 of these. So, and I didn't want to cut this on live because I didn't want to cut my finger or anything. So, you know, from experience, and I would have passed out if there was blood. Okay, just thinking about it kind of makes me nauseous. So what I'm going to do is this is going to be a door hanger. And so what I did is I figured out where I wanted, these 2 are the same size. I figured out how long I wanted this guy. So do you see how it's just a little shorter? And then my husband did this for me because he knows me. He put the blade in here and goes, now be careful. And then I just went with a straight edge and went down a couple times and then popped it off. Now the backside doesn't look beautiful and I don't even care because that side's not going to even show. I will keep this because this will make it this can make a really cute tag. Maybe it's going to be too big of a tag that I'm going to need for later, but I'm going to keep that. I'm like, Kim was just saying she's a scrapbooker. I'm a scrapbooker too, and we keep everything, you guys. So the one thing I do want to do before I do anything else is I'm gonna hi Robin, thanks so much for being here. And also guys, if you're here and you're not following me or the other crafters, please make sure that you guys follow along. Like I said, we do tons of fun projects. So I'm just taking my little gator sander. I feel like I just got sand stuff in my mouth. You don't have to do, I think this was 120 grit piece. My little gator sander comes with a gator sander piece handle, and then it had a bunch of this stuff. It's awesome. You just get it online. And then I'm just going to go through and just kind of sand the edge. It doesn't have to be perfect, but because these edges are rounded, I do want to kind of round that out. Here's a trick. What you can do, if you want it exact, you can come back here and line that up. And then just go like this until it is about even. See how that now is about the same beveled? Does that make sense? If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. Like I said, I love the fact that chalk takes into consideration that not everybody can cut or doesn't have the cutters, and so I love that we can just get the shapes, some of the shapes anyway. Mel showed earlier today how to fussy cut, so she did it on our chalk suede, and then she fussy cut it. All right, perfect. Let me just move this. How are you guys doing today? Okay, I want to give you my first trivia question. Let's see. I'm not seeing any comments, so hopefully you guys can still see me. All right, so my first question, what was Memorial Day originally called? So in the beginning, it was called something else. So what was it called? You tell me. All right, so I'm going to paint some stuff. I want to paint this all red, so I picked cherry. The other ones I'm going to paint one of the arrows all blue, and I'm just using cadet. I'm not using anything other than, I got red, white, and blue, you guys. So I have cherry, cadet, and white. And then I did grab a black, but uh, I don't know if we're going to use black. We'll see. Yeah, it's just Kurt and I this weekend. So we just got back from Kurt had to work in a couple different locations, and so I was fortunate I got to go with him. So I really appreciate that. All right, so I'm gonna grab my water sprayer in case I need to use some water. Let's start with the red. Decoration Day. Yes, Kim, thanks so much. That's right, Decoration Day. I love that. And I think it was because, yeah, because when they first started, they would put up the decorations for like the patriotic decorations. And so they called it Decoration Day. When is Memorial Day commemorated in the United States? Okay, I'm just swiping on. Now, here's another thing about these surfaces. These are chalkable surfaces and they're not wood. So you can actually, if you make a mistake, you can erase it. But we are actually, we are going to make this permanent. Hi, Miss Kim. How are you, friend? I'm just using a little bit of distilled water to kind of thin it out just a little bit. And I'm using the lid as my palette. Now, I did grab a ton of different transfers, and we'll decide what we're going to use in just a minute. I am going around the edges too, just because they'll show. I figured I'd paint. I don't normally paint live all the time, but I figure I would paint because we have an hour. And I'll probably end up doing 2 coats of this. And this is the chalk paste, you guys. Does anybody know the answer to the last question? When do we celebrate Memorial Day in the US? So today is not Memorial Day. When is Memorial Day? It's Monday. So what's significant? There's your clue. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry a sec. Get my whiteys out. Hopefully you guys are still seeing me. I'm telling you, my Wi-Fi has been something else. So when do we celebrate Memorial Day in the US? I'm gonna grab Cadet, do a switcheroo here. And all of these colors that I'm using are in stock in on my shop. I think everything that I'm using is in stock. So if you're on our team or you're a designer or you have a chalk person, you can go to their site. Or if I'm your chalk person, you can go to my website. So not necessarily. So this year it's the 27th. But what specifically day do we celebrate it in the US? Do you know? There's actually a specific day, not just this year. Yes, Kim, the last Monday in May. Perfect. So again, I'm just going to put I'm just going to paint the whole thing. So kind of like how we celebrate Thanksgiving in the US, it's the fourth Thursday of November for Memorial Day is kind of the same. So it's the last Monday. So this year kind of seems like earlier to me, like it's the 27th, because a lot of times it's like the 30th or the 31st or something like that. So whatever the last Monday in May is when we celebrate. And you guys can see that I'm not that this is thick. The paste isn't thick, but it is. I just want it to smooth, like go over smoother. So I'm just adding a little bit of water. And if you don't love like this color, you could actually add a little black to it and make it more like a midnight color. I think Kim did that. I think she added a little black to the cadet to make it like more dark colored. But I love this like really bright blue. I'm getting the sides. And this is kind of tall. These little, this is going to be really cute for like the door hanger. So it'll be very significant, like a significant size. I don't have my tape measure here, but it is pretty tall. I'll bet you it's at least 18 inches. Let me use, oh, I do want to do this. Let me grab this one out because we're going to paint on this other one. Let me set these aside a little bit more. Yeah, I think even Easter was like snuck up on me. But at least it was in April this time. I do feel like glad that it's in April, not March this year. So I am going to use a little bit of painter's tape. Like my desk is not big enough right now, you guys. So I'm going to use a little bit of painter's tape. And I'm going to block off the top. Just so I don't make a mess. Well, I'm still going to make a mess, but I don't want to go over. Now, this is another thing, again, like I just said, this is a chalkable shape. So it is like if I really did make a mess, I could just wash it off because it's chalkable and it's erasable and reusable. But I'm going to actually seal it. I'm going to be sealing this project so that I can keep it like the way it is. Okay, let me grab my heat tool first. Hi, Barb. See how uneven the colors are? I want it to be really nice and even. Oh yeah. Like, oh nice. Julie, are you at the airport? All right, so I'm gonna again, I don't want it to be uneven. Do you see how like it's uneven here? So I'm gonna come back over a second with a second coat. You could even do a third coat, doesn't even matter. However you want. And I try to get so that the strokes of the brush are all in one direction, at least on that top coat. Let me set this one aside. Middle Tennessee, nice. Carol, where are you? Where in Tennessee are you? We were just talking about Tennessee this last weekend. We have two sons that, with their professions, they can move all over the United States. And so we were talking about, well, if you get a job here or there, where would you want to go? And because one of my sons works for the university systems, he's an athletic trainer, and then my other son is a pilot, and he is getting ready to go to the bigger Murfreesboro, and is that outside of Nashville? I think that's where we were talking. Anyway, my one son is a pilot, and he's starting to apply for the large airlines. And we were talking, Texas or Tennessee or things like this, just really dependent. Let me just spritz this down just a tiny bit. I got a little glob right there. And so, yes, I think that's where we had saw some houses when we were in Nashville the last time. We had driven outside of town. I have to ask my husband. I think that's where it was. It's really beautiful, like little town. Like everywhere is so beautiful in Tennessee. Very humid compared to California. But like I said, our one son, he's an athletic trainer, so like a team doctor. And he works with football and swim and dive. Well, actually all of the sports, but that's what he's been doing for the last like 4 years. It's swim and dive, which he absolutely loves. And then he was the football assistant athletic trainer uh, for a while. And then he played college ball. So so do you see how I tried to make it really like even? I can see right now that as it's drying, I might need to come back and do a third coat, but we'll see. Last year they are building every place. Yeah. And honestly, hi Pam, how are you, hon? Yeah, my uncle Jim, my grandpa's brother actually worked for American Airlines, and he worked there until he retired, and he retired to Florida. Loved it, always loved it. He was not a pilot, but he worked for, I don't know, like the office or whatever, but he absolutely loved American Airlines. Corey, I think, they have to, when they're pilots in training, getting their hours and stuff, they have to be like sponsored by an airline. I think American is one of his sponsors, I guess. I don't exactly know. Don't quote me, guys. But and because he has a degree, he actually can go straight to, he has his bachelor's degree, and he can go straight to the airlines, the larger airlines, and because of his ratings and stuff, he can go to the larger airlines. He trains other pilots, but he's rated for everything, I guess. I'm exactly. I try to be smart about things, and that I get a little confused. Ask me anything about photography and crafting. I'm your girl. I'm your person. I got you. But he was he was trying to explain to us that, he could go to the regionals, and then he can go. I'm just going to spritz this again just to kind of smooth out the lines. This is a technique I learned in furniture painting because, I've painted a few pieces of furniture in my time. If you spray it with a little bit of water, little spritzes of water, you can go over, my brush isn't very big, but go over with a brush, and it'll help alleviate some of those lines. Which is kind of nice. Okay. Again, this is the longest part, you guys. Watching paint dry. I'm just trying to speed up the process. So Pam, I think there's we do have a transfer, sorry, a surface. It's the 12 by 18 out of the box frame. I did I'm gonna do that for my brother-in-law. That fits. It's a C size transfer. Sorry, you guys. It's a C size transfer, and it's made to fit on that surface. That's the one the flag that I did Kurt's shirt? Is that what you're talking about? But yeah, that will do it. I need to get some of these arrows to do cool stuff. Oh yeah, these are really cool. I mean, they came out with our wedding collection, but I think they're fabulous. I think they're great. Okay, so I still have like, I don't know if that's glitter. I don't know what I did. It's gonna touch up a couple places. Let that dry. And then all the things, you guys. All the things. Cadet. Oh, this is cherry. I'm a big cherry fan. To me, it's like a truer red. I don't know. I love candy apple and I'll use candy apple, but I love the cherry. That's kind of the color of my house. And I'm just wrapping these up kind of to keep them fresh. Okay, so on this one, on this guy right here, just let me make sure it's dry. We're gonna use now. This is just the word according to Terina, you guys. Anytime you have a painted surface, use a surface that's wood that you're kind of questioning, anything that you think that your transfer is going to stick to and tear away the paint below or the surface below. I suggest using surface wax. This is our surface wax. I like our surface wax, and I've used others because, again, like I said, I've done furniture painting and stuff like that. But I like our surface wax because it's clear. So it doesn't leave like a yellowing to it. So you just you don't have to scoop it up with your nails. Obviously, I need my nails done because they're a little long. But you just need a nice little coat. Smooth it over your entire surface. Oh, I did turn on my glue gun. Kim said, when you get the glue gun out, you're getting serious. Okay, so then I'm going to flip it over to a clean area, and then I'm just going to buff it. Because you want it nice and smooth. You don't want it to go like you don't want it to be sticky with that wax. Take this off. Hi, Sherry. How are you, friend? Okay, so then I'm going to grab one of my transfers. Let's see. I'm going to use this pattern piece right here. This is our first transfer, Patriotic Patterns. And now the thing I love the most about the Patriotic, I'm going to move this because I'll get into it. The Patriotic Patterns is this is going to be an evergreen piece now. Evergreen means it's going to be available all year round so that you can grab it whenever you want. Because to me, the Americana stuff is not just in the summer seasons. It actually is year round. Oh, besides, I want to ask you another question. What am I thinking? Who started the observance of Memorial Day? Who was it? You know? Now this is new. This part of it's new. So, oh no, it's not. It actually isn't. I lied. It's not. I used it before. And apparently I didn't get all the chalk paste out. But it's kind of sticky. So you can use your shirt. Look, you guys see me? If you don't have a fuzz cloth, or you can use your fuzz cloth. Let me grab one of my fuzz cloths. Back in the day, you guys, we used to use our shirts or a towel or whatever. It is a little sticky, so I'm just fuzzing it again. All right. So I'm going to start at the top. Now it's a repeatable pattern. So the idea is that you can line the stars up again and just keep repeating the pattern over and over. Does that make sense? Hi, Ange. So the question we're asking right now is who started the observance of Memorial Day? So this is just white. Just smoothing over the entire area. Hi, Ange. Nope. So, and my next question after that will kind of help you. Well, I mean, I didn't even know. I had to Google it, you guys. I had no idea. I thought it was a president. It's actually not a president, which is interesting to me. I thought it was a president. These are also the distressed stars, so they're not all you're gonna see like crackles and stuff. Okay, let me just dry this really fast. First of all, it's not a president, and think older. Let's see if I can line. Gosh, you guys, my allergies are so bad. Let me see if I can line these up. Hi, Aim. How are you? Your project today was so cute. Great job. So you line the stars up. All right. Like I said, I didn't know. I actually had to look it up. I thought it was a president, but it was not. Nice. Look at that. And then I'm just going to do this last row real fast. Didn't even dry it. I just need to get this bottom real quick. Look at that. Yeah, it's really pretty. And I like that you can repeat that pattern relatively easy. And you guys, I didn't even wash it. I didn't even wash in between. If you're quick enough, you don't have to do that. Let me put this back on the back sheet. And then I can put this, like if you have a water bath in your craft room, you could put that, this in there. Or I'm just going to put it over in the sink when I get done. So I'm going to tell you, because again, I didn't know. I didn't know this. His name is General John A. Logan. Yeah, I didn't know who that was. So, do you know when the first Memorial Day was? Like what year? It doesn't have to be exact date, but what year? And I will tell you, it was 100 years and 2 months, or minus 2 months before I was born. So 99 years, 11 months, no, 10 months before I was born. Isn't that really cool? I love it. And this, I'm going to show you again so you guys know. These are distressed stars, so that's why they look like that. I love that. I love the distressed look. Oh, Kim, you're so cute. Carol is from there. And we had gone there. We were talking about on the weekend, we were talking about different areas that the boys could possibly go work, and Tennessee was mentioned. Okay, so this is the other transfer that I'm going to use right here. But before we do that, this is called Fireworks Show. I'm going to grab that wax again, and we're going to wax this surface. Me too. That's the one I've used the most so far. And to me, it reminds me of Land of the Free or Home of the Brave, whatever that one is. It's called, oh, Because of the Brave. Because of the Brave. The distress stars remind me of Because of the Brave. That's the one I used on Kurt's t-shirt. Love that. Now again, I'm not getting fancy. I'm just very red, white, and blue here. I know that you could add gold or silver into some of this stuff, but I'm really just doing red, white, and blue, and not getting super duper fancy. So I wiped on the wax, and now I'm just coming back and buffing it off. Okay, so before I do anything else, we're going to add some. We're going to add some of these fireworks, but before I do that, I want to kind of plan, because how this is going to go is I'm going to have a tag like this, and that's not too big. I think that should be okay. The tag is going to be like this, and we're going to tie it around here. And so I want to kind of lay out, unless we go like this. No, I think I'm going to be traditional and do this. And I want to kind of lay out where I want those fireworks. Does that make sense? It's not a little town anymore. Isn't that how everything is? Like where we live, we've lived here for 10 years, but we've lived in our valley for 20 years, 19 years, I think. And it's definitely, I mean, it's so big now. Where we live is so big now. It's massive. Like our kids went to school here and it's changed so much. I think that's just how everything is. All right, so I'm gonna grab my scissors. I'm gonna cut along the cut lines. I love that sound. All of these transfers are in stock that I'm using. Hi, Tina. Yeah, I told them earlier, like if you don't like that cadet, add a little bit of black, just like Kim did, and you'll get a really pretty black. Like, or sorry, midnight blue. Sorry, that's what I meant. And I like to keep them on the backer sheet just because then I don't lose it. All right, let me grab this is the fuzz cloth again. So I'm gonna use this one and this one. This one. So I want to kind of figure out how I want these. And these are just going to be white. Okay. These are just going to be white, nothing fancy. Right. There's no more small towns anywhere. So I'm going to spread on some white on here. Our city, they like to try to remain small. It doesn't always work. Oh my gosh, you guys, so pretty. So pretty. Okay, quickly, I'm going to do this down here. Oh, let me answer the question. So when was the first Memorial Day observed? And that was in 1868, May 30th, 1868 to be exact. Okay, let me put this back on the backer sheet. Let me just dry it real fast. Again, I had to Google that. Okay, then let's do this guy. You could definitely use other colors, like I said. I'm just trying to be really, this is going to be such a fun like door hanger that I don't necessarily want to take away too much from it. Okay, so that's the only place I'm going to put that. Put my tag back so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to put this here. We also have shimmers, you guys. If you like shimmer, you could always use a shimmer. It would be really pretty. You know I'm a shimmer girl. But again, you know, use what you got. A lot of people have red, white, and blue already. Isn't that pretty? All right, set this aside. Dry this off. Me too, I love it. Okay, set this aside. There's all these little layers, you guys. Set this. It's gonna kind of go like that, and then like that. Just kind of setting it up. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now, this is where I get, I'm not sure how I want this to go, but go with me here. So I'm gonna just peel this up. I do want to add some stars to that. So let's grab our same stars. I guess I could have left that on. That would have been smart. Let's see if we can make this work without cleaning it. Probably should have thought about it before. Let's see. Oh, look at that. It worked. It worked. And I actually didn't even wax that. And it kind of like picked a little bit up there, and I'm okay with that. But it kind of proves the point of waxing over paint, over a painted surface. Okay, so this is the part that I was like, I'm not sure. Not sure what we're going to do here. So let me put the lid on this. I am like having a hot flash, you guys. Gotta love the change. Let me take a drink really fast. All right, so let's go to the fifth question that I've got. Memorial Day initially honored the fallen soldiers or veterans from which war? From which war? So I told you that the first Memorial Day was in 1868. So that gives you a clue. There's your clue. All right. So go with me on this. Instead of doing stripes, boom, 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 like this. Now I grabbed this. This is the Because of the Brave. Because again, I like the longer stripes, and I thought I could get away with not having to. Now I could have used the patterns and just repeated the patterns. I could totally do that. I'll show you. Cut it though. Hold on. So this would avoid having to buy another transfer unless you already have that transfer, right? This is what I love about our transfers and stuff is that you could absolutely use a multitude of these, right? So I was thinking, personally thinking, that I would do like stripes like this. So maybe this might just so that I'm using all from one transfer, But again, if you've got Because the Brave, you could totally do that too, right? Same concept. Hi, Sarah. Civil War. Yep, that is it. That is it. Kim, you got it right. The American Civil War. All right, so let's do this. I want to wax. Oops, I want to wax this. Just because I don't want it to stick. You're not that old. I'm old and I'm not even that old. Okay. Um, so it's not quite 3 o'clock on Memorial Day, obviously, but every Memorial Day at 3 o'clock, a song is played to remember the fallen American soldiers. What is the song? What's the name of that song? Well, I'm a big time like history person. I love history stuff. So I already kind of knew some of this stuff. And then again, just from my history, just my parents, being part of their thing. I do know a lot of this already. Okay. Trying to line this up, and I'll show you why I'm trying to line it up the way I'm lining it up. Come on. Come on, you little thing. All right. Be smarter than the transfer. It's sticky. All right, there we go. So I'm going to come back here with some. Oh my gosh, I loved home ec. I loved home ec. I made a skirt and a shirt and a bag. Hi, Brookie. Okay, I'm just kind of putting the tape on the transfer. Mrs. Fisher was my home ec teacher in 7th grade. She was a hard lady, man. She was a stickler. She was old school, man. But my mom was really good at home ec stuff. Sorry. And so she would come in and teach some stuff and help Mrs. Fisher. All right, so I'm gonna come, you guys have the hiccups now. Oh my gosh, I get the hiccups all the time. Typing. Oh my gosh, typing class. Tim, I could type 85 words a minute. I was like screaming with that stuff. I know. And they don't even have to do it anymore, right? Because, oh heaven forbid, sorry, I'm not the best cook in the world, but you know what? I knew how to make some things. I at least learned something in home ec. But I think boys should take it too. So that's just my own personal opinion. So I'm going to start in the center to hold the transfer down and then work my way out. And get in there, get in there. I'm going to make a mess here, you guys. I'm going to have to wipe it up. Okay. Kicked out of home ec. Gosh, like Angie just said, totally shocked, Brooke. Totally shocked. You wanted to do it your own way? Oh my gosh, you guys, I love it. I love it. Come on. Come on. You can let go. I love it. I love it. Isn't it great when things work out the way it's supposed to? If Joanne is on here, did you have Mrs. Fisher too in seventh grade home ec? We grew up together, so I'm so excited. I'm so excited how this turned out. So excited. She was hard, wasn't she? She was totally old school, right? But man, I learned a lot from her. Ta-ta! You guys, it looks so great. All right, let me just draw this off one more time. She was hard. I went to ceramics after. They're so funny. We didn't have ceramics until high school. Well, I guess they had ceramics, but I didn't do that. That was art. You guys, since I'm the last crafter, I'm just gonna finish. I hope you guys don't mind. Um, I'll try to make this quick, but I'm just like, if you have to get off, I totally understand. Um, I'm almost done, but I just want to finish up real quick. But if you have to hop off, totally understand that. I just appreciate you guys being here and being part of the DIY Arts and Crafts Room. And I appreciate you guys taking your time out today to be here for our event. If you are a crafter and want to be part of any of our events, just send me a message. If we're not friends on Facebook, just send me a friend request, and I can let you know what our schedule is, so that maybe you could be part of it. Okay. All right. So, what do you guys think so far? So excited. So excited. Um, okay. I don't know how I feel right now. I kind of feel like I need to zhuzh the edges and use my little sander thing uh, to to sand the edges, just to kind of make it more defined. What do you guys think? That's kind of my jam. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So just go with, because I think it's gonna really pop things up. That's just kind of how I look at it. Yeah, I think it needs to be distressed more. So I just go through with my skater sander. See, like that makes such a huge difference, right? It makes a huge difference. I mean, just that Let me show you the difference. Now it's like, it makes like this total definition, and it kind of pops up. I don't even have to add like any ink or anything on top of it. It does. I think it makes a huge difference. Let me just set that aside. Now let me do this guy, because I'm going to let this one sit for a sec. And I'm just using I like these. These are just the packaging that the transfers come in. And again, thank you guys so much for being here on the DIY Arts and Crafts round today. Make sure you guys go over and check out any of the replays. They're going to be up in the featured section. All the girls will also put their finished pictures up in the page as well. And if you want any of the project information, just make sure you go onto that project and ask for the list. Look how fun that is. Like, I just think it just defines it so much more with that little edge. This one, same thing. Yeah, I do. I like to use like pens and stuff, but honestly, I don't. The lines, that's great. I think I like the rustic look of the using the sandpaper, and then I'll use sometimes I'll even use the ink or the distressing ink. That's kind of more my jam. But I'll tell you, that's a very big scrapbooking thing for me, Julie, is using the gold and silver and white different pens. What do you guys think? I think it's so cute. All right, let me get rid of my dust. Okay, so does anybody know the answer to that last question that I asked? Oh my gosh, yeah, I can send you my link, and it's just a little gator sander. It comes in like a little kit. It's awesome. And I lost one, and then of course I found it after I bought the new one because I didn't have it for a long time. It's very sad. Okay. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do this one. I'm gonna grab my trash can. Sorry. I'm gonna show you my trash can. I'm just gonna get this. Because I already threw my thing away. Alrighty. Let's put stuff together, shall we? Let's stick these together. And then once everything is done, then I will, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a popsicle stick as a brace. Okay, because this will attach down here and kind of up here, but I need a brace in the back to hold it. So like right there. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of stick fast and hot glue. Yeah, paint pen. Yeah, I used those a lot when I was a scrapbooker, but I think I know what you're talking about. I think Amy actually uses those a lot as well. I'm just going to add a little dab of glue, hot glue, because that'll just hold it. I like using hot glue and the stick fast. One holds it forever, forever, and one holds it really quick. Thanks, Denise. Thank you. Okay, so now before I attach this, I need to do the tag. So let's just let that sit for a sec. And I wanted to do, I like Home of the Brave. Let's see. Although I love the Lady Liberty. I think I'm going to do Lady Liberty just because I love it. And it just reminds me of like fireworks. But you could use all of it, right? You could totally use any of it. And then grab this guy, these are new. And then I'm going to grab the stars. So this one is called, oh, it's right there. This is called Americana Icons. Okay. So this is a piece, this is just a scrap piece of my chalk suede. I'm going to stick that on there. I think I am going to use black for this. We're going to do kind of like what Mel did on hers. We're going to do something called fussy cut. We're going to make our own like little piece. So I added the black. I didn't think I was going to, but I did. Cool. That one aside. And then let's see. So I thought about, oh my gosh, I've got it everywhere, you guys. And it's really warm in my house today. So Denise, yeah, they are like paint pens. They're like they're almost like our chalk markers. Like we have chalk markers that are silver and gold and white and black. So what I wanted to do, because this is going to be on, I was going to put this like right there. I'm going to do stars all over. Americana Icons. This one is fabulous. And now this one looks like this. I did the little boys t-shirts in this one. And actually I did this Kyle's and Oakley's t-shirt with the stripes. And then the stars from the Batter, the badder one. Yeah, chalk pens, those are good too. Yeah. So we're going to use this a couple times. Yeah. You could, and the thing is, you know, I'm a chalk person, right? Why wouldn't I want to use what I have, right? I love using chalk. So and that's kind of how I've always been. Even as a scrapbooker, I was always making my own like embellishments. Hi, Karen. I'm just trying to use this as quick as I can. So a couple more stars. And then a couple more right here, and then I'm done. But look how quick. If you just work real quick, you can pretty much use that transfer without having to wash it. Doo-doo. Super cute. Okay. Let's set this aside so I can wash it later. Just wash my hands really fast. Hot. And thanks for hanging out with me just a little longer. Okay. I just don't want blue everywhere. So just I'm trying to make sure it's all off my hands. Okay. Anybody know the answer to the last question? What song is played at 3 o'clock on Memorial Day? Anybody know? I'm just going to fussy cut around. Cute little stamp. I'm just going to go in. You can get as detailed as you want. You don't have to. I may be a little crazy. Taps. Yes. Thank you, Mary. That's also played at when a veteran is laid to rest as well. You guys can see this. I just really want it to look like a stamp. See how cute that is? It just, I mean, you could leave it straight, but doesn't the cutout look even better? Hi, Karen. How are you, my friend? Long time no see. See cutting here. Making a fun patriotic project. A little extra time, but I don't even care. I think the look of it is going to be, it's always worth it to me to spend a little extra time doing something. I don't know where my scrapbook scissors is. I tried, I think I see my old ones. They're not as sharp. Something like this is always easier with a smaller pair of scissors. Thanks, Joe. I mean, I don't know if I would do this if I had to make like 100 of these, but I'm only making one, so not terrible. Yep, I'm going to distress the edges. Got my little distressing ink. Yeah, I love doing that. I'm going to use walnut stain because it's black. I'm just going to add a little bit of brown. And it's really going to make it look distressed. Isn't that cool? I think it's so cool. Okay, I'm going to distress the edges of this as well. So let me grab a couple pop dots. I'm going to stick it right there, like that. The glue on this is just terrible. So we're actually gonna use some stick fast on it. These are so old. These are like so old from when I used to scrapbook all the time. I'm just using a little stick fast. I'm doubling up on these guys. On the back. A tiny little bit of hot glue right in the middle, just to really secure it. And do the same. Looks so great. Okay, let me grab my twine out. We may not get to the messy bow because I don't want to keep you guys here too much longer. I'm sure you have things you gotta do. Thank you. But let's see. So I'm going to again, I'm so sorry, you guys. My allergies are just so bad. just going to wrap some twine around. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. Then through here. But I'm not just going to leave it there, okay? I'm going to add some glue. Because I don't just want it hanging willy-nilly, okay? I'm going to add some glue. And then I'm going to add some hot glue. Really hold it down. Okay. Now for the full assemblage here. And then the messy bow is going to go right here. Okay. And I got all sorts of red, whites, and blues for that. But let's add. Oh, that is so beautiful. Mary, that is so amazing. That would be super emotional, I think. And very hard. Like very hard. I can't imagine doing that. It was hard enough just being at my dad's funeral and hearing that, right? But what a beautiful tribute to her dad. My dad was a trumpet player. In fact, I still have his trumpet. Oh my gosh, you guys, look how cute. I really want this to set up before I start hanging it. I'm going to punch some holes right here with my power punch. You just put them like, I don't know whether I'm going to do it up here or out to the side yet. And then I'll use some either wire or some twine. I don't know yet. I need to kind of let it dry. And then I'm going to add a messy bow. And then, like I said, I'm just going to show you guys so you know. I grabbed this stuff so that I can either add these underneath at the bottom, like shooting out. I just don't know which I'm going to use yet. I thought that would be cute coming out the bottom. I don't know. But then I also have these guys, which I thought would be really cute, like shooting out the bottom. Like that. I think those are my favorite. I think that's super cute. What do you guys think? I think these would be really cute, just shooting out the bottom. I can always go back and get more. But I mean, I think that's where the sparkliness. What do you guys think? Hi, Tiffany. How are you, hon? What do you guys think? Which one's this one? I think that's so cute. And I could get more. Thanks, Belinda. Thanks. Yeah, I think I'm going to use these ones, but again, I want everything to set up. I want this to really set. Yeah, I think these are going to be my favorites, just because the red, white, and blue. Although I love the curlies, but like I said, I just grabbed everything that I had in my stash, and these were for something else. But honestly, I can go get more. All right, whew. Let me go here. Oh, I miss you too. I need to call you. I need to call you. Nope, wrong one. Exit. Let's go here. Solo. Hello, friends. Hello. How are you? Okay, so let me gingerly hold this up while it's setting. Like I said, I will hang it up, and like I'm going to put a hanger. I don't know exactly where I'm going to put the hanger yet, but we'll figure it out. And then I will add the little at the bottom. I'm going to put a messy bow right here. And then I will hang it up and take a picture and share it with you guys. Okay. Well, thank you again for being here. Sorry, I'm a little over. But I appreciate you guys being here in the DIY Arts and Crafts room and on my page. If you missed any of this, just go back and watch the replay. Thank you again. Uh, Happy Memorial Day. I don't know if it's happy, but enjoy celebrating and remembering the people who died for our freedoms, and how grateful we are to live in the country that we do. So have a wonderful weekend, you guys. This has been Terina with Create with Tree. That's me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.